Hi, welcome to Community Connection. I'm your host, Sarah Clark, and today with me I have Terry Ball, the Executive Director of Center Stage Theater. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So today we're here to talk about the French Festival, which
Absolutely.
is a beloved festival in Santa Barbara. And I know you were mentioning earlier that it's a collaboration between a few local nonprofits. I'd love to hear about who puts on the event and what's entailed.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm actually the Executive Director of Center Stage and Speaking of Stories. We operate in a pretty unique collaborative relationship. Both organizations have been in Santa Barbara for about 20 years plus, and several years ago came together as two small not-for-profits to share resources. We share some staff, we're housed in the same place, and it's a relationship that has worked extremely effectively for us as two small not-for-profits. Expands our resources, and so we had started that. Speaking of Stories, for several years, had been involved with the French Festival as the beverage provider. As a fundraiser for Speaking of Stories, we provided all of the beverages. And as many people may remember, in 2011, the festival that had been run for many years by Steve Hogerman didn't happen. He was trying to transition it to somebody new, and the festival was canceled. And it was very sad for everybody in town who's used to attending. And it was really sad for Speaking of Stories because it had been a very effective fundraiser for us. So in collaboration with Center Stage, we went to Steve and said, you know, would you be interested in having us take it over and bring the festival back? And so this is our third year running the event. It's been a great experience. It's with the theatrical experience and knowledge that the two organizations have, it has really helped us in being able to take on an event of this scale. It's been a great fundraising opportunity for the two organizations because, you know, everybody knows these are very difficult financial times, and fundraising for all of the not-for-profits in town is really, really challenging. And when you can come up with an event that is completely different from a fundraising standpoint, we're not going to any of our usual donors, any of our usual supporters. It's a great volunteer way for people to get involved. So that's the nitty-gritty background. The fun part is this really, really fun festival that takes place at Oak Park, July 12th and 13th. This is the 26th year.
Great, and yeah, what for those viewers who haven't been to the French Festival, tell us a little bit about it. What do you find there?
You find a little bit of everything, from a poodle parade to, and I'll talk a little bit more about these pieces, but we've got a poodle parade, we have a drag review, we have crepes, we have escargot, we have can-can dancers, 3 different groups doing can-can. So the entire park is taken over. We have things on both sides of the bridge for those people who are familiar with Oak Park. There's entertainment on 3 different stages from 11 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. Wow. The entertainment and admission is all free. And the entertainment ranges everything from one stage that is accordion players all day long to we have a French Johnny Cash, a guy by the name of J.R. Black, who sings all Johnny Cash numbers, and they're all in French. And I'm here to tell you,
unbelievable.
If you haven't heard Folsom Prison Blues in French, you have not lived.
I will be there just for that.
JR is playing both days, so he is an experience not to be missed. Other entertainment, West Coast Ballet does 2 times a day can-can, traditional can-can dancing with their young dancers, and they have these beautiful traditional costumes. And the dancers stay all day. They have this little encampment. So you'll be, you know, standing in line for crepes, and then these 15 young ladies in beautiful, you know, traditional can-can, because they march in. They march through the festival to go for their performances. So it's this great event.
Sounds so colorful. And so it sounds like there's a lot of local organizations involved
there are.
as well.
The entertainment and all of the vendors are a wonderful mix. We've got people that come from as far as San Francisco and San Luis Obispo and Los Angeles, but we also have lots of local groups. The local groups performing, as I mentioned, West Coast Ballet, the Femme Fatales Drag Review are all local performers. Santa Barbara School for Performing Arts is performing. Fusion Dance Cherchez la Femme, which is a new musical group, Montecito Jazz Project. So we have dancers, we've got vocalists, we've got jazz musicians, of that kind of, all with some kind of French cultural tie. One of the great things for our festival is that the French culture is so diverse and so wide. So when you say a French cultural tie, that means we've got Vietnamese food there, we've got Cajun food, we've got crepes and escargot, and there's 3 different crepe vendors. There is one of my favorites, which is Les Hot Dog, which is this wonderful, which evidently is, they're very popular in France. I have to say, when I first encountered them, I thought this was something they had kind of Americanized. But I've been educated that these are evidently extremely popular in Paris. But it's a wonderful dog in a baguette. And so
amazing.
it's easy and portable. But so there's that. There's mimosas and French wine.
Let's go back to the Poodle Parade.
Let's go back to the Poodle Parade. So on Sunday afternoon, the culmination on Sunday afternoon on one of the 2 stages is the Poodle Parade. And this year we're partnering with French Bulldog Club because they wanted us to remember that not all French puppies are poodles. And the Poodle Parade is welcome to all. We have, I like to say, poodles and poodle wannabes, because plenty of them are costumed. They come costumed in their poodle. If you go to our website, FrenchFestival.com, you can see a lot of the pictures from the past. We have winged poodles. We have poodles that are dressed up as the Statue of Liberty, and French bulldogs, and we are not discriminating.
I love
so and this year we're adding a promenade through the park that will culminate in then our poodle pals crossing the Eiffel stage, and they're presented in all their poodle wondrous. But it is an event not to be missed if you're a puppy fan.
Wow. And are there volunteer opportunities out there for people in the community that want to get involved?
There absolutely are. This is one of the great things for Center Stage and Speaking of Stories, because as small organizations, we don't have a lot of volunteer opportunities. And this gives us a chance for, if you're a friend of either of those organizations, or if you just love French activities, to come. Because we have to staff a lot of booths, and we have to create a perimeter of greeters around the park. We have lots of volunteer opportunities, including for young people. We have a lot of high school students that are looking for community service hours that come and help us out. So yeah, if anybody's interested, you can call the office at 963-8198 or visit the French Festival website.
Well, this is a much cheaper way. Oh, no, it's fine. We'll put it up. We'll just make sure to let our viewers know where to go online. And it's much cheaper than a ticket to Paris to go to the festival for the day. And tell us a little bit more about Speaking of Stories and the Center Stage Theater, just for people that don't know about those organizations.
Absolutely. Center Stage, as many people hopefully know, is a theater, what's called a black box theater, that's located in the top of the Paseo Nuevo Mall. And it's a rental venue, so that means we have a wide variety. We've got everything from young performers to professional companies, dance, theater, everything comes through town. And almost all of them are local performers. So you can go to centerstagetheater.org and see all of the wonderful performances that are going on there. And then Speaking of Stories presents short stories performed by actors. So it's a celebration of literature. We do a series of performances from January through May. We just had our 20th anniversary, but it's professional actors, a lot of Santa Barbara actors, we have some Los Angeles actors reading short stories. And so they're both great organizations, and you can come to the festival and learn about more of those, or come get a beret and a French Festival t-shirt and grab your escargot and crepe and be ready to go.
And what are some of the residents and locals' favorite parts, other than what you mentioned? Let's maybe talk a little bit about the food, more about the food at the French Festival. What are some other, is there something people come back for, certain people come back for every year?
There is, we have, as I said, we have 3 different crepe vendors, which always are very, very popular based on the lines. There's this wonderful woman named Josette who has a restaurant in Los Angeles, who comes up, and this year she's actually having 3 different booths. And she has the most wonderful Napoleons, and that she's doing escargot. She does sandwiches and salads. Her food is fabulous. There's every kind of crepe you could possibly want, from savories to sweet. There's a gentleman from San Luis Obispo that comes down called Southern Delight, which is fabulous Cajun and Creole food.
And
See,
it
I'm
sounds
hungry
like
now.
yeah, me too. Let's go. Let's go to the French Festival. And it sounds like it's really a festival for the whole family. There's something
Absolutely.
for everybody.
Absolutely. We've got face painters, and it is very much a family atmosphere. You know, they asked me, what are the demographics? I said, well, from about 2 to 90, because we have the full range, and people come from all over the state. But it's a great family atmosphere. You can go and, you know, have a picnic out in the grass while you listen to the music. You know, grab your food and then plop on the grass and listen to the performances.
And what's the attendance typically?
Roughly, and because it's free, we don't have a hard, but roughly 20,000 people.
Oh wow! I didn't realize how big it was.
Yeah, we have volunteers that are positioned around the park with clickers, and last year we were right at 20,000. So.
Well, this sounds like another wonderful festival not to be missed in Santa Barbara.
Absolutely.
Would you like to mention just a couple last-minute thoughts on why our viewers should come and be part of the French Festival this year?
You know, we say that Santa Barbara is the American Riviera, and this is the weekend when it's absolutely true, and you should come and find out. We also this year have a bunch of cultural, we're building fun fact displays, so you can come and learn all kinds of fun French facts. But if you go to FrenchFestival.com and see the full lineup of the entertainers and the vendors, there's a lot of travel booths that are there this year offering unique opportunities to visit France that way. So, and truly just to eat. If for no other reason, just come enjoy the food.
Wonderful. Well, I will definitely be there for the food as well as for the dancers and
Absolutely.
the entertainment. And thank you so much for coming on the show today and telling us more about the French Festival and the volunteer opportunities. And really, it was interesting to learn more about Center Stage Theater and Speaking of Stories and how the 2 organizations are now collaborating to help put this on. So thank you for saving the French Festival.
Well, thanks for having us on.
We're happy to have you in charge of it now.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching Community Connection. We'll see you next time.